curious, are you from the newspaper or TV station?
Maybe him.
Oh, great. I'm glad you're here.
Yes, ma'am.
Super. And you're just a freelance...
I am a public observer. I'm a
good.
Georgia citizen.
So am I think.
Georgia native, and just haven't ever seen one of these before.
I know Miriam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
You're what?
Yeah.
She asked if I knew Miriam.
Ah.
Well, everybody knows Jay. So we're right there.
I'm gonna put my hat back
and
on.
then this is my husband, Tom.
Hey, Mr. Tom, how you doing? I've met you somewhere before.
Also known as long-suffering husband of. We're coming up on
It was done once, I think, with the Diebold's.
I, of course, was
With the DeVolts?
Yeah, or however you want to.
Okay, but it's been a good while.
I'd like to shake it.
It's been a while,
I
yeah.
haven't seen a hand recount. Granted, I've only been here 6 years, but
Well, I don't remember it either, and I've been on the board, I don't know, it seems like 20 years.
Wow.
But,
She's seen a few things.
oh well. Yeah, this is definitely history. So,
yeah.
would you mind? I may try to snag you for a quick interview, just on how the process is starting up, what you've seen so far. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little video first. So what's going on over here at these tables?
Well,
How's this work?
they're good. The plan, I think, is to have 3 groups of 4. I think that, I don't know if they'll be down here or over here or where.
I think both.
Okay.
Here?
I think both sides, yeah.
Well, maybe so. I think they don't, they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Mr. Mahoney, how are you, sir? Good, good.
And there will be 2 of our experienced counters from absentee, and then there will be 2 people from the Democrat Party as a review panel.
Okay.
That'll be one team, and they'll all be the same.
Okay. Excellent.
That's
Long and the short of it, huh?
that's. I think so. If it hasn't changed since I got here, that's possible. It's possible. Morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
So, one of the candidates went to the judge and asked the judge to order another recount. And so that's what's going on today. This is going to be the final recount. So they're going to go over all the votes that were cast and count them all up again.
Yeah.
To try to determine who really won the vote. So this is democracy in action. And you're witnessing it.
He'll wake up. He'll wake up soon. He's shy.
It might seem a little boring at that.
Nah, oh no, he's into this stuff. He's into stuff more than I want him to be.
One of my questions is, what's the anticipated time frame?
Nobody knows.
I was going to say, I mean, it hasn't been done before with the new machines.
I think today will give us an idea, probably, of how much longer. But I don't expect it to be done this week. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay.
I guess it depends on if there are any glitches or. People should have name tags so we know what they're doing.
He's got one.
I got one.
Yep.
Sean Evans.
That's me.
Oh, you got one. I got one.
No.
You got one too.
Mark has spot.
That's the camera.
All right, good to go. Perfect, standing right where you are. You know the drill. You're just looking toward me the whole time. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Again, you've been on the board for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything like this?
Never.
This kind of undertaking?
Never. This is. There has been one, as I understand it, one manual recount in Chatham County, but that was under the old machines. So this is really, I guess you'd call it trail breaking with the new machines. It hasn't been done anywhere. in the state of Georgia.
Because of that, there's a lot unknown about this process.
There is a lot of unknown, and hopefully we'll find out what the unknown is and be able to, if there's anything wrong, correct it. Hope to heaven that there's nothing wrong, so we can just move on to November.
Exactly. So, as far as manpower, what are we looking at to undertake this feat right now?
As I understand it, there will be 3, maybe 4 teams, but they will consist of 4 people. 2 people that counted absentee ballots before and are very experienced, and they're our team. Then there will be 2 panel review people from the Democrat Party. Now, I would say that the Republicans were asked if they wanted to send somebody, and they said no, it's nonpartisan, so they declined.
Okay. And again, time frame right now, we'll know more after today.
No idea. I mean, I don't know what time it is now. We haven't started yet, but after today we should know how smoothly it will go.
Okay. And as a board member, I know I've heard some concerns and murmurings from the candidates who are having the recount done right now of the space in here and for the public observers, and some concerns especially with COVID. What can be done? I mean,
well, we've had concerns ever since. I mean, the new equipment, as you can see, is all over the place, and it takes up much more space than the old equipment did. The county has just bought a space in warehouses not too far from here, and the plan is to move this over there. Now, whether we could get any of it done before November, I don't know. We know space is a problem. We also know that the ballots have to be protected, and that's very important too. So we're working on it very hard, and the county has been very gracious to help us.
This is another step in an unprecedented year. Obviously, with a new technology on top of a pandemic, a first hand recount with this new system. Is that too much for the Board of Elections to handle right now? I mean, I know it seems like a lot, but I mean, is there a concern that that might be the case?
Well, let's get through today and you come back to me with that. We are determined to...
we may need to get through here.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. We are determined to have space somewhere for our absentee ballot counters so that they can do it efficiently. And it is a problem, well, you can see. So, but the county has bought a space. I'm praying we can get something done by November, but there are things afoot, so to speak. And we are working on it.
Very good. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time, as always.
I always snag you down.
It's good to see you.
You too, Chuck.
I don't know. I'm not who everybody is.
Sorry?
This gentleman is from WGNC.
It was, now it's like, what is it? Something crazy. It's like Jesus for Georgia 2020, I don't know.
We're supposed to have a member for each team, and that's not how the law is written.
Okay. I just have to. I don't think it's
you know the code number on that?
Yeah.
I have 2 on tabulation, which is like around 379 and 483 about public view, but I don't know that one.
Yeah. That's in C under the primary. Looks like the partisan recount.
Right.
You're supposed to have a member from each campaign.
Makes sense.
A candidate, the party can affiliate one, but the candidates can ask for one person for each to be on each count team.
Okay.
So the way that they have it is that they have the Board of Elections team and then moving it over here, but they're supposed to have a member
Okay,
from
I'm
each
sorry. Y'all
team.
gonna need to leave if you're gonna have interviews.
We're not having interviews,
They're
sir.
just
We're having
talking.
There's not
public
gonna.
discourse.
You can do that outside, but not in here.
You can't tell me
okay?
I can leave. I'm allowed to be here.
That
You
guy.
can be here, but you
Okay,
can't be
I am.
having filming.
I won't.
I'm not filming, sir. I'm answering the question.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that I can't be here. I'm sorry. I'm a member of the public.
I would appreciate it if you would take the interview outside. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I wonder if he's an attorney. What do you think?
He is. Ballot that has, so if we get a batch or they get a batch that has an overcount, then you're going back and putting that box to the side because it's going to have to be verified by the voter verification team for a second count. And then is it going to be scanned at any point after that to check for the validity of that count being off?
There's no scanning. This is a hand recount.
Okay. But that, what I'm asking you, according to the law, if you did 2 hand recounts and there's a discrepancy, it does say there is the option to scan if necessary or to bring in additional people, I guess from the Secretary of State, to help with that recount.
I haven't read that.
Okay.
I mean, the rule that we're operating under just simply says that if they disagree, that the results of the hand count will be certified. I'm just trying to get the people that I need to swear in and get more information.
Go back and read it. It says
That
that
would be,
there's a hand count discrepancy twice they scan.
Good. I'm glad someone reads it all too. I focus on public viewing a lot. I'll send you a link.
And I know you're here
For observing.
so if you would move back behind up.
Okay,
I thought you were appointed to work. No?
Okay, I'm working. I'm here.
So
Yep.
since we're
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
So
Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Observers are the only ones who don't touch ballots. So the counters touch, but we still sign.
I think they said it's supposed to be like 96 or 97 today with a heat index in the low hundreds.
I was going to, the reason I asked him that question, when I read through the law, it says that if there's 2 hand recount and there's still a discrepancy, then I think the 3rd try that they are supposed to scan.
I'll go through and
I would-
see what the judge said because she wants the very specific code as well.
Because they changed it in May. They updated
They did.
it. May the 8th, I think. Yes, no, I didn't. Did you sign one?
I like that. Yeah, that's great. That'd be better than
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Everybody gets signed off on it. Happy if you all are representatives, we just get to set up the table.
representatives? Oh, I'm not counting. I'm observing.
Any of you want representatives to be here? 2 here, 3, 4. How about
Carrie,
Hey,
you need to come outside here.
I'm observing with the campaign. Yes, sir.
Observers can stay here.
How many, who else is an observer?
Ma'am,
Okay.
observers need to stay outside the wire.
Okay, he told me to be over here, that's why I'm over here.
I'll get a clarification of that.
Okay,
But for
you're
right now-
singling me out, and you can't do that. There's other people over here who are observers. So I'm gonna stand my ground unless I get told otherwise.
I'm gonna call security if you want.
You can call them if you want to, I'm just,
You're gonna need to stay outside.
I'm with the campaign, I was told to
I'm not
stand
asking
here.
for a speech, I'm telling you what.
Okay, who else is an observer who was told to be over here? Because I'm being singled out for some
Ms. Smith
reason.
is not in charge, and she will be asked to leave if she's being disrupted. Please listen to me. If you're an observer, you will be asked to step on the other side of this wire. That's all we're asking. But thank you for your cooperation.
Make sure everybody was clear so we can.
Are observers inside the secretary?
Everybody that's not working will be outside of the processing areas. So I'm going to probably try to move
Ask Ms. Smith
things
to leave
give.
because she's identified as an observer.
Okay, all right. Soon, I had to close this because there was so much noise and we couldn't hear. So as soon as we get this underway, then I'm going to bring it.
I apologize. I understand what you're trying to do intent-wise.
Yes. My understanding is that observers need to stay counters, workers. So there should be, now at this point, there are additional people being sworn in that will be working later. But when we get started, it'll only be the workers.
And observers, I was told to stand over there, so I went over Yes, I'm on that family. You told me to put I'm not just an observer from the community, I'm with the campaign. You told me I can't be up here, and I'm told I have to be over here. I did. Yes, I did.
Which is why.
Yes, that's what I did, but I got singled out because I had to come over here because I told him I was part of the team. He told me I was not allowed to be over there. And then he told me I had to leave. And I said, you can't tell me to leave, so I'm here with everything.
We could not locate the change.
Somewhere.
We moved everything in this warehouse. On the list that I got, she was listed as one of the 4 ballot counters.
She should be allowed.
That's correct.
She's an observer.
The observer can be out here, review. My understanding is she's part of the review panel.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
And you've already gone it.
I did.
So when you're counting ballots, obviously you should be in.
At this moment, he is the one who's instructing me, you're the chair, he's the supervisor, so he's counting.
Yeah, the observers are not going into these areas. You're here observing, you'll be in this area so you can see what's going on. The only people back here will be our staff members. Otherwise, I can't get people moving around. then we just have to figure out how to dice up this small space among all the people that you're observing.
Is it too late for us to go to the training room?
We might move over there, but I'm going to start. I debated it.
She's just waiting to tell us.
Russell, I'm going to, don't you think everybody should be allowed in?
As soon as we get them spread out at the table. Okay, right now there's too many people. So somebody can get Gabrielle a chair and she can sit.
Where do you want me to be?
In charge.
Sorry, do you want me on this side or?
You, because you're with the state, you're allowed to be anywhere in here.
Right,
Okay?
so is there a specific city?
I think you're going to be like me, you're going to be roaming.
So I'm like, I look at my watch for
Okay.
I'm about to go call Debbie Rowers on that one.
Oh my, really?
I was told I couldn't be back there after I was told to be back there.
Right, you were told to be back there.
And then he came and told me that I was not allowed. Mr. Mahoney told me I was not allowed to be over there after I was told to.
I got video of him coming out here and saying that you had to go, like to Russell.
Really?
Yeah, you're welcome to it.
I would love that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. What is she? She's an observer, or I mean, she was sitting there saying,
No, she's an observer.
She's an observer.
Yeah.
And she was told to leave. And I mean, she knows the code, especially this stuff, really well.
Sending us out is one thing, but you should have some public in there viewing
well,
everything.
Oh,
That's what's transparent about it.
We are public. Come on, give us a break. Give us some street cred. I love how they don't even have the calendar on the right day.
What did it say?
He came out here and said something like, there's someone in there that doesn't need to be in there.
Oh, they can't tell me I can't be here.
But that's the thing. What's your name?
Carrie.
Carrie.
Smith.
Carrie, you're an observer?
Yes.
With
Mallow's campaign.
Okay, so you're in there, but do you work with someone normally doing anything like this?
I have worked here before.
Okay.
And I quit when I was a poll worker, an absentee poll watcher, counter. I was one of the absentee counters.
Right.
Russell had a family of 3 that were working on the adjudication and working together on one thing, and I called him out on it, and I refused to be a part of it because they were, and then there was 5 people working together who all went to the same church. And so I called him out on it, and I was told that I needed to be quiet, and I left and I quit. And so I work with a group called People's Agenda, which is a voter education and a voter monitoring group. And he heard my conversation with someone else saying that I was an observer, and he told me that I could not be over there. Russell told me to be over there, and then he told me that I needed to leave, that I had to be back behind the line.
Right.
And I said, Russell told me to be over here, and he said, well, you need to leave. I said, I'm not leaving, you can't tell me to leave. And he said that he was going to get security, because I said, you can't tell me that I can't be here.
Right.
And
But
so,
is he telling you can't be in at all?
well, he was trying to tell me that I was not allowed to be near where they were counting. And
But Russell's the one that I have him asking you to
yes,
get back.
yes, I was sitting down, I was
Right.
told to go over, and then he came over and told me I was not allowed to be over there. So that was miscommunication on their side. But I was told that,
Yeah,
and I was
that on
standing my
video, too.
ground because I was just doing what I was told to do. And then he comes in and tells everyone that I'm not in charge, and tries to discredit me in front of an entire group of people because I stood my ground.
This is Russell?
No, that was Mr. Mahoney said that.
Yeah, he's putting on his intimidation pants big time today.
Yes, that he did. He told everyone that I was not in charge, and I never said I was in charge. I never exerted that leadership. So.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Long story short, you can still go in there as a public observer.
Yeah, they can't tell me that I can't be here to observe.
Just shoot me an email saying, hey, this, and I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Probably be either tonight or tomorrow.
I'm confident
The fact
that
that
the
helps.
process
That may vindicate me a little bit, because he's censored a Board of Elections member.
Really?
Yep.
For doing what?
Just speaking up. And he censors her in meetings. He has publicly censured her. Yeah, and now he's coming after me because I'm asking questions. So they're trying to get me to be quiet.
Get you outside.
I'm gonna go to lunch before I get arrested. Because knowing me, I'll get arrested for standing here. I'm gonna go ahead and go to lunch so I don't get any more trouble with Mr. Mahoney. Yes, sir.
I'll get him first.
You need to come over here since you're going to be sitting on the table.
Sure.
You need to come over here and sit down up there.
Somewhere.